Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 10 of Talking Loyal. We thought I'd give you a midweek special as we reached our 10th episode and to celebrate 1,000 listens that we reached earlier on this week.
Second pod of the week. Here we go. How are you, Jack?
All good, mate. All good. How you doing, Tate?
Yeah, all good. Thank you very much. Thursday special tonight, and we have a very special guest. So, those who will follow us on the Instagram account, shall I say, would have saw the question: who scored the fastest Premier League goal?
Shane Long.
Does anyone know that voice?
Here he is, the man,
the myth, the legend,
the huge legend,
Freddy Bourne. Hello, Fred. How are you?
I'm good, lads. I'm very, very good. Honoured to be here. Honoured to be here. Thank you very much, Shane Long, as well.
Yeah. Well done, mate. Good football knowledge.
Was there any part of you that thought it was Ledley King?
There was parts. There was also parts of me thought it might have been Christian Eriksen. Early days at Manchester United.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Jan Vertonghen boots it out the pitch.
Yeah, at Wembley.
Yeah,
True.
Good. Yeah, I remember that.
Maybe
Yeah.
10, 20 seconds into the game.
Well, I knew it was Ledley King for a long, long time. But obviously, yeah.
Well, Ledley King's actually is the record for the quickest goal on a debut. I don't know what on earth he was doing that out of the pitch on his debut.
10 seconds,
10
wasn't it?
seconds in.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I know Shane Long's was against Watford. I remember that. But
yeah, Freddie, you're here after that.
Yeah.
After answering it so quickly, after so many followers got in touch, but yeah, welcome.
He was the first one there.
That's what happens when you have your notifications on.
Yes, turn the notifications on. Freddie has had to sign a disclaimer that he will not. What's the word I'm looking for? Will not tell anyone where the bunker is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Location is kept secret.
Location is off. Phones are off.
Official Secrets Act been signed. I love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, it's,
It's a lovely
Looks
bunker.
good. Looks good.
Honoured to be here.
Right, so let's talk about Freddy Bourne quickly. Let's introduce him to our guests. Full name.
Full name.
Full name.
Depends if I'm in trouble. I suppose we'll go Frederick Bourne.
Frederick Bourne.
Frederick.
Age.
25, soon to be 26. Come along.
Favourite football team.
It's 2-1 today, isn't it, Tate?
Yeah,
Don't know, we
outnumbered in the bunker.
We've got 2 Spurs fans.
There
To
we
one
go.
Gooner. Yeah,
We've got
Tottenham
one Premier
all the
League
way.
winner sitting here.
Oh.
Job. What is your job?
My job,
Outside of
blimey,
football.
did
Outside
not-
of playing for Lagerlord.
Centre back for Lagerlord. I'm a psychological wellbeing practitioner.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
What position do you play when you play football?
Always basically been a central defender. Had a few stints at right back, which thoroughly enjoyed, and this will make Reece laugh, but he'll remember the days where I used to play right wing for a little bit as well.
If you saw the height of Freddie, he's definitely not a right winger. He's
Height.
yeah. Next question, height.
6'5".
Favourite all-time player?
Favourite all-time player is a very tricky question. We could have an episode on this, I reckon. But as a kid growing up, even today, when you see clips of him, watching someone like Ronaldinho kick that ball around.
What about just personal? What about Spurs?
Spurs, yeah.
in particular?
Favourite Spurs player? Again, watching him as a kid growing up, everything head to toe, Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah, joke.
Good
Absolute
answer.
joke of a player.
The style, the
Yeah.
elegance, the grace.
Yeah, he's definitely top 3 for me. Yeah, 100%.
Beer or cider?
We're Lagerloos, lads.
We're Lagerlords for a reason.
White wine or red wine?
Oh, depends what we're eating, but we'll go red.
Single or taken? For our female fans.
He doesn't like that question.
Single.
And the final one, are you loyal or unloyal?
We've got to stay loyal, haven't we? We're always loyal. We're always loyal.
Lovely.
Here we go. Right, before we talk about how this episode is coming around and what it's going to be about, I'll just introduce the teaser for this episode.
Yeah, thank God I got someone to help me this week.
So here we go. It's as you see in the title, we're talking about Premier League managers, and this week we have got a question about Premier League managers. 11 managers have won the Premier League, but can you name the 7 nationalities that have won the Premier League?
Okay.
So between yourselves, jot it down, and we will reveal all at the end of the show. Just repeat that quickly. 11 managers have won the Premier League, but can you name the 7 nationalities?
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Right,
Interesting.
let's crack on to the episode. So, As you can see in the title, we're talking about an ultimate 11, but made up of the current Premier League managers.
So the 20 managers that are in charge of the 20 Premier League sides as it stands. So that includes, take my go on.
And in their current physical condition.
In their current
is the most
state,
important thing.
So, Vieira's probably not a good choice, but yes, Patrick Vieira was a joke of a player, but in his current form at the age of... Patrick Vieira is, 46 years old. That is what we're basing this team on their current form.
We also David Moyes as a 59-year-old. This is what we're basing this on.
Not in their playing days, because then that's just
how many of these blokes would pass medicals?
Surely none. None of them.
Mikel Arteta would. Captain, leader, legend.
Gary O'Neill, he might. He's youngest technically.
Yeah,
I know he's caretaker, but he's technically.
I did notice that. So how this idea came about? We're all with Barcelona. JJ Stag do. And while we're on the case of JJ, congratulations
huge
to
congratulations
Kerry and
JJ
Jordan
Kerry.
for
well done.
What's the word we say? Pregnancy?
Yeah.
Well, securing.
JJ looks like he's pregnant, but I think Kerry is pregnant.
Securing the future of the Loyal.
Yeah,
securing the bag.
Yeah. Project Mbappe.
Not wearing a bag either. Secured, locked in. Another Johnson on his way. Oh, yeah, their way.
Uncle Reese as well. It's
Uncle Roo.
That child's in, I think, good hands, but I don't know. Debatable.
Don't know about that. Right, so the idea came about. It's JJ Stag, Barcelona. This is where the podcast was born. But we were sitting in the airport on the way home. I was hungover. Fred was hungover. We were all hungover.
I love
Jack. You'll be here for a very long time if he's
Jack had no phone on him.
Yeah, I was a phone down
and depressed.
Yeah, my soul was gone. I was sweating because the airport was disgustingly hot.
We were sitting in some cafe or something, weren't we?
Yeah, it was a weird old
discussing the podcast episode. We're like, why don't we do 11 managers in 11 minutes?
We got to the airport really early, didn't we? Because of the delays.
That
weren't delays. So
we were all
just
panicking,
sat there for like 2 hours.
Just talking absolute bollocks about football.
Just chatting any football topics we could think of.
Like we're doing now.
Which we had done for the last 5 days.
Yeah. And like, sort of shout out to all the lads up there. I think Liam was involved heavily. Panel, JJ, obviously, Reese.
Griff was
Jim,
there.
Griff,
yeah,
all sorts. Freddy was obviously involved. And so it started from the airport in Barcelona.
And I must say, one of my favourite conversations I've ever had of all time. Honestly, some of the comments that were said about where we should play these managers and why we should play them there.
There's some good shouts.
Fantastic.
Before we get into the rules and that, Freddie's we're gonna pour a bit of our drink out for the fallen managers that have not made this list.
They haven't quite made the cut.
When we drafted it back in May.
Raise our glass to Hodgson and co.
Yeah. Who have we got, Fred?
So we got we got Hodgson. We had down as a striker.
To be fair, you see that play that left-footed passing.
He's got filthy technique.
Hodgson false 9.
So we'll have a cheers to him. We also had Dean Smith as a left centre back.
Oh, I bet he's solid. I bet he's solid. Him and Dyche. Dyche had to be in there as well.
We didn't get Dyche in there.
I think Dyche had been sacked by then.
Didn't get Dyche in there.
Oh, maybe because it was towards the end. True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think he'd just been sacked.
We did have the man, the real man, the myth, the legend. Neil Warnock was our gaffer.
The goat of professional football. Just
honourable mention.
Just having a look, we had bloody Ralph Rangnick as one of the.
Where
subs.
Was he?
United.
Impact.
Ralph.
Impact sub. Yeah. And that was all of them. So cheers to all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So right, the rules of the game are simple: 20 managers, 11 positions to play for. 3 subs, 1 manager, and 5 get binned.
Yep. And there's 3 of us here, so we're gonna obviously debate and discuss who we think should play. But we're gonna come to an agreement on the positions, on the 3 subs, on the manager.
Hopefully, come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yes,
we'll reach one. Don't worry.
Right. Shall we start with the goalkeeper?
Let's start. Yeah. Let's go for it.
Guest first. Who would you like to put forward for your goalkeeper?
Well, when I was doing my homework, the goalkeeper position was the position I actually filled in last. Because having a bit of research, we haven't got a goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's
shout out. What's his name? Was your old manager?
Oh, Nuno. Yeah. If we had Nuno, he's straight.
Yeah, he's straight in.
Pour a bit out for Nuno.
Yeah.
Another one. Sorry that I didn't mention there in the gaff. Our keeper back then was was Tommy Tickle. Tommy
Ah, he
Tuchel.
was.
Oh, yeah,
He
because of
would
his
have
cap.
And
So-
he,
I
we'll get
put him
onto
in
it.
goal, didn't I?
Yeah, he would have been in the team. He's got
Yeah,
legs. You saw him
yeah.
charging down the wing at Stamford
And he had
Bridge,
an
so-
career-ending injury, so I
Yeah.
put him between the sticks.
Absolutely. But
But
my
yeah, go on, Freddie.
my shout, when I got to the end of it all, and I thought, well, who have I not picked yet? Who can do me a job in there? I ran with the Tommy Tuchel with his hat on still. You got Jurgen Klopp, always wears a
Ooh,
cap,
The giant. Yeah,
always
the
wears a
big
cap.
German.
Big guy.
Yeah.
I reckon he's got some big hands on him. Did a bit of research. His dad was a goalkeeper.
Ooh,
In the blood.
His dad was a
huge.
goalkeeper in some Bundesliga 2 side.
that's good knowledge.
He played as a striker and a right back as well, so he's versatile.
He knows. Yeah, he
Get
can
around the
adapt.
pitch.
This is great homework from the
yeah.
guest.
I mean, my nomination has got nothing behind it.
But yeah, that's my argument for old Klopp.
Right.
In
And what's he? 6'2", 6'3"?
yeah, it's a big guy.
He's a big
Mm.
guy.
Go on,
I've gone for Thomas Frank.
take. Ooh.
My basis purely on the fact that he's tall.
Is he tall?
Reasonably, he looks like quite lanky.
He's not as tall as Klopp, though. Is
No.
he?
And
I thought he was
through
like
my
a slight,
homework,
slight Danish man.
he's the only player. Oh, so he's the only manager I couldn't find any footballing background on as a player.
So the
I
worst
thought,
player goes in
I'll
goal.
put the worst player with a bit of height. He's going in goal.
That's fine.
And he's Danish, and there's two very good Danish goalkeepers out there. You might be able to learn
Yeah.
the two, I think.
Probably speaks a few languages as well. We've got
Yeah.
a very diverse group of managers.
If you
but
did want to know a bit about his career, amateur footballer. Only.
I saw some amateur stuff, but I didn't
just
see.
amateur footballer, and the only honours I could find from him that he's got a degree in PE from
So he's
Copenhagen
a Danish
University.
Graham Potter. Then.
He's a PE teacher.
Yeah. my pick for goalkeeper is the famous or infamous, shall I say, Yank. I've gone for Jesse Marsh.
Why have you put him in goal?
Here's
Please let me hear this.
Here's my reasoning.
This is going to be good.
He's I mean, from what you can see, he's obviously not.
Jesse
He's not the tallest, but I thought American from the sidelines, he's full of beans. Like his arms, his gestures, he's charging up and down. He's all over the place. Like, and a goalie, notorious, they're always nutters. Always got a screw loose. So let's lob the American goal. When he was a kid, I imagine he played baseball. Probably played flag football. Probably
Flag football.
well non-contact when you're about 8. And then he might have played a bit of American football. And he probably run track. Run track in high school.
Like tag rugby, you mean, like flag?
Basically, yeah, but
Yeah,
they play American football
Do
style.
they really do that?
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, American football.
Yeah, American
okay,
football,
right,
not rugby.
Sorry, you didn't say soccer, did you? Yeah.
No.
Cool.
But yeah, he probably. So he's quite. I assume he's good with his hands. Baseball, a lot of catching in
Is he
football.
married?
Unknown. Single, Freddy, if you want to have a go. So I've gone for that, and I just assume he's acrobatic. Probably done some sort of gymnastics.
To be fair, I do like.
So
some
I
of
think
the-
Jesse Marsh. I said he's mental. I imagine him charging off his line, just scaring the opposition.
This is
But-
such a rogue comment.
But some of the justifications, brilliant.
That's
though.
good,
I
yeah.
rate the justification.
His hand-eye coordination.
Yeah,
that
I'm
you're
sure
gone
his
for
hand
there,
eye
yeah?
is a joke. And you watch him on the sidelines from a goalkeeper. He can construct and tell whoever's in front of him. Might be Klopp centre half. He can bark orders at him, tell him come in tight and all sorts. So
But does he wear a cap?
when it's sunny, definitely, yeah. when the sun's out, the cap.
I'm trying to reel off some good American goalkeepers. Tim Howard,
Casey
Brad
Keller.
Guzan.
Casey Keller, Guzan,
Brad Friedel.
Brad Friedel.
Friedel. Yeah, there are a few.
Got a good breeder behind him.
Yeah.
Good pedigree.
But I do like Freddy's. I've got Klopp in another position, and you might have Marsh.
I've got Klopp in another position.
and you might have Frank somewhere else. But
I
I would have to say Frank is a no for me. Frank's definitely not.
Yeah,
a no.
after hearing your comments, I think
I
I'm
think
going
it's
to
between
rule myself out on this
Klopp
one.
and Marsh.
So what we, an American with good hand-eye coordination, or a big German who wears
A
a
big-
cap, and his dad
Yeah.
was a goalkeeper.
Yeah, his dad would be behind the goal, telling him, "Oh, go this way, go that way."
I've got Jesse Marsh in my squad, not
Right.
in my team. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I also
um,
have Jesse Marsh on the bench, basically.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also like the reasoning for it.
I do.
the crazy American in goal.
I'm happy
Um,
to hold hands up and
We're gonna go for it.
and put Jesse Marsh in
I'm happy
if we think you can utilise Klopp better, lads.
Yeah, I've got Klopp elsewhere.
Yeah.
I've Klopp's
so-
in my starting 11.
Go for it.
So we'll Marsh is in.
We'll
Shall I
pencil
him?
Marsh in as
Yeah.
as the goalkeeper.
It's all subject change, but
Yeah.
One
10
thing I did
times.
not wake up envisioning was putting Jesse Marsh in goal. But in between the sticks.
he is today. He's a goalkeeper. Out on the field of play.
A little bit about Jesse Marsh as well. He was actually trained in America by a coach called Bob Bradley.
Bob Bradley.
There's a genuine coach called Bob Bradley.
That's why he's in goal. That's the Bobcats.
Megnuts.
Yeah. So sweet. Access denied. So yeah, Jesse
Very
Marsh in
clever.
goal. Cheers, boys.
Right, as you got that one, Jack, if we put you first, so we should start left back, right back, centre back, wing back.
Well,
Depends on the formation.
yeah. This is where it could all be wrong and all change. But
Or should we start with centre back?
I'll start. Yeah, my centre back. I'm gonna go with. It all depends on the formation, but I'm gonna start with my main. This could be a real. This could shake the bunker, I think. I've gone for Pep in the central centre back. I'm going to go for a 3 at the back, and Josep Guardiola is going to be our sweeper centre back.
I like that. I've also got Pep in my back 2/3.
Okay, nice.
For
Freddy, what were you?
I like how you said a back 2/3 because I've gone for some quite dynamic tactics here, and I feel like without possession we play a 4 at the back.
Okay.
With the ball we switch it to a bit of a 3 at
Oh,
the back.
okay.
And Pep is in both of them.
Yeah,
but
I think Pep's got to be in
He's
there.
not the central in each of them.
Yeah.
He's on the right hand side for me.
Because I know we're going to pick a manager that runs a team, and Pep's obviously the best manager in the league, but
second best.
oh, come on, what, behind Conte or? I think Pep's the best manager, but I think he could do a bit of everything, and Pep's a joke, and he has to be in there. Whether he's striker, centre midfield, I think the central centre back is Pep's position.
I can see Pep coming as a sweeper with the ball, and when we don't have the ball, he pushes into the 6.
Yeah, with the ball, and then
then into the 10.
exactly, people can fill in behind him. Yeah.
Where can he
he's-
not play?
He's like the Eric Dye of that. Comes in.
Definitely.
Because I can't imagine Jesse Marsh being great with his feet, so I'm seeing him roll the ball out. Straight
Not
to
at all.
Pep. Composure.
Not at all. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think Jesse Marsh got a huge throw, massive throw, like over the head as well. Not one arm rocket, like a throw in.
a proper quarterback.
Yeah, probably like you see the Americans on TikTok. And
He's a QB.
he does the front flip on the ball and then launches it. Yeah, that's what Jesse Marsh is bringing to the side. But yeah, Pep central centre back, possibly captain as well. I don't know if we're going to mention that, but
yeah, we do
I
captain
think
at
we
the end.
should.
Yeah.
And he's definitely in the running. I mean, there's a lot of captains in this team. It's
there's a lot
a
of
team
leaders.
full of managers.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of
So,
leaders.
but he's got to be in the argument for the captain. He's
yeah.
look who he's played under Cruyff, Robson, Van Gaal.
Yeah. And
Captain
also,
Barcelona.
Yeah, for the best
Won
teams.
God knows how many Copa del Reys in the league.
One
So-
Champions League player and manager anyway for Barcelona
Yeah.
as well.
No joke.
And
of
he's
a
also
player.
got an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah.
Would you believe?
Really?
Yeah.
And he's Pep Guardiola. He can't not be in the side. So
It's Josep.
I mean, when we wrote down all these managers and we put them in their positions as when they used to play, this team is ridiculously midfield heavy.
stacked, yeah.
So we
huge.
do have to move some players around, and that's sort of what I've done with the other centre half.
Yeah, go on. Do you want to so we're gonna
He's
A
got to be
base
penciled
formation.
in somewhere in the back.
should we
isn't he?
say our base formation is 3 at the back? Is that the? We can talk about
Yeah.
tactics and stuff,
I'm happy
but
with
yeah,
that.
3
I'm
at the
happy
back
with
in
that.
general.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
If we're playing 3 at the back, then he might move into midfield, but I've put him next to because I think he's the best defensive player there. I would love midfield, but the midfield is stacked. But I'm going to put big Patrick Vieira
Okay.
in the back 3, 4.
Really? And what, he'd play right centre back or
Yeah,
really?
I'd have him there. I would have midfield, but the midfield, we'll get onto it, is very stacked.
Yeah.
I
Do you
think
think?
he's
Do you think Vieira's lost his legs? That's why he might have to drop back in.
a little bit. He's got a bit of timber carrying, but
Yeah, yeah,
he's
the
still very agile. You see
the
when he
peanut
kicks
head.
Everton's fans in the head.
Yeah.
Because if you think if it moves into a back 4 and you have Pep on the left and Vieira
Yeah.
is on the right side,
Yeah, I think the aim is
He's
dominate-
6'4".
If we dominate the ball, then it's game over.
Vieira good on the ball,
Yeah.
6'4", go forward of corners as well.
Yeah. All right.
It's
yeah.
It's going to be one hell of a midfield.
Ah,
Like you said,
the-
if
the
we've got the
players-
ball,
The players. Are
we score a goal, we don't lose the ball
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
We've won
yeah.
the game, basically.
Freddie, what's your
But
options?
no, interesting you said that. Tate. I know we said we were going to move away from the tactics, but when I've got, my 3 at the back in possession,
Yeah.
Vieira is the guy who drops from the midfield
Yeah.
into the defence
Central.
Mm.
Yeah.
and becomes that sort of sweeper. I know you've said he's maybe on the side, but I've got Vieira in my. If we're going to go run with the back 3, then he's in my back 3 as well.
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. I don't have. I have Vieira further forward, but he's 2 against 1. I won't even. I'm gonna exclude. You'll probably laugh.
Do you want to go to the left side?
So yeah, my option on the right side, for example, was Hassan Until. So I'm just gonna sweep that under the rug.
Tell me why.
Well, purely on the basis that I'd run out of players, and I think he's German. Is he German? A big
Austrian.
he's
Austrian, yeah.
Okay. He's a big Austrian
55 years old.
oath, and yeah, a bit older age.
Where
bit
do you
of
reckon he played?
Definitely not
Striker.
centre half. He's probably
Striker.
Yeah, he's a striker.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He actually got a pretty good. Him and Klopp have got the best 2 goal scoring records out of all the managers.
One thing that did draw my eye on his career, finished his career at Bayern Munich 2s.
just
Is that not a place where you start your career?
yeah. Surely that's where
You don't go
and
there.
then you get to Bayern Munich, and then you might drop off.
You don't go there to finish your career, do you?
No.
Unless you're Shaqiri, who's had his career backwards, isn't he?
Well, it looks like Ralph has as well.
So yeah, I think ignore Ralph. He was my option at right centre back. But then left centre back, my name I put forward is Graham Potter.
Okay.
Because I know we're talking about current form, but he was a left back by trade. He started off at Stoke, went to Southampton, and sort of then dropped off and went down into the lower leagues. But yeah, I think Graham Potter, naturally left-footed. I think he's a pretty level-headed person. I think he just screams 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 every week. That's what he screams.
I had Potter as my left back, but like you said, that left centre back could be
natural.
ideal. Or I'm thinking in my head out loud. Ben Davis, Nacho Monreal,
Aspilicueta, Graham Potter.
who used to play that left centre half in a back three.
Exactly.
So you're taking your third centre back here.
I had him left back.
I
in a
had
back four.
I had Potter in my left back position as well. Yeah.
Um,
My third centre back was Ten Hag.
Really? Ten Hag.
Yeah.
What did he?
Surprised me how old he is.
Yeah, he's we could have had a really old back three there.
Yeah.
Even Pep's 51, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And Ten Hag's 52.
Yeah,
Something
52.
Like that. But he was a centre back. Didn't play for many good teams,
No.
like Dutch second division.
Oh well, really, yeah.
But he was a centre back, and like you with Ralph, I started to run out of
Yeah,
players.
yeah. Just all ball there, he'll do centre half.
I'm happy to put him there, but I've got to. Of course, I'd like to hear what your wing back is. Your left wing back.
If we start there after, because I think
all our right wing backs are the same.
Oh, it's got to be.
From
I don't know.
Might could be from previous
True.
conversation we had.
So we'll go with Potter left centre back. Shall we keep that one, or are you gonna open?
I'm happy to have him there.
Yeah.
Because that could change, like we said.
Yeah.
It's a fluid. It's a fluid team.
I haven't got a backup for left back, but we can discuss it when we get there.
Exactly. All right, that's fine then. So at the moment, the Marsh is in goal. Vieira, Pep, and Potter back three. That's
Potter brings it legs to be fair,
he does.
He brings it legs.
He's a bit like Tuchel, I think.
And to some calmness. I imagine Pep's very fiery. Vieira is obviously a loose cannon. Marsh is just nuts in general.
Yeah, the nutty American in goal.
If you are Graham Potter in that back three of players like Vieira, players like Pep, it's going to be hard. That's hard to stand out.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of covering. Pep pushing on. Vieira
You've got two big CVs and one with PE teacher on it.
Yeah.
Potter's going to end up as a lone sweeper.
I think he's just got his own. He's got to control the American behind him.
Do you want to go the other fullback, Fred? Do you want to start with that one?
So right side. Yeah. It's got to be in it. I hope this is what you're talking about with former iterations of our team. It's the little man. It's Conte, isn't it?
I haven't got Conte personally, but
you haven't got Conte.
No. But now you're saying it's not obvious, but yes, he
it was your comment in Barcelona.
I know.
Running up and down the wing.
With the options, I've changed my mind. But yeah, Conte.
He's got to be.
He's tenacious.
On the right or left?
He's intense.
On the right for me.
Yeah, he's. I assume he's right-footed. I'd have no question.
Whatever side the manager's box is on. He's running up and down that side.
He's a angry little pit bull, isn't he? So.
Or we could be tactful. What side do the linesmen play on? Are they always on the left back?
Left back, don't they?
You'd love me in there. You'd love me in your linos here, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think
Conte right wing back is
outrageous.
He'd probably do a job now.
Just literally pacey up and down that line. He's always off his chair.
Yeah. His hair flicking around.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the left side. We'll agree with Conte at right wing back.
He did apparently occasionally used to play on the right flank.
Really? What was he, a centre half? Or?
He was a midfielder.
How was he?
But would push out there because of his crossing ability, apparently. So, I mean...
He might have a naughty little right
We'll get to our strikers and see who's going to be knocking them in, but yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't have Conte right side. I actually had Gary O'Neill on the right side.
Okay. But,
to be honest, I'm going to scrap my left side. I had Marco Silva. Purely on... He looks a bit stylish, and by looks of things, we've got a pretty dogged... hard-working team. I thought maybe Marco Silva, something a bit different, bit
of flair.
A bit of flair.
I had Marco Silva / Bruno Lage on the left.
There we go. Yeah. Well,
on the
I'm
left
happy
side.
to sort of push that argument, or
because Marco Silva used to be a fullback, and Bruno Lage used to be a winger. So I thought, do we go extra attacking?
Yeah.
Have a
Was he
winger?
left-footed or not? Was he?
Pass. I haven't done that much homework on that one.
Silva was a right back, so you'd assume he's maybe a right foot. I
foot,
don't
yeah.
know what side I would.
And she's like Cedric, who player as
Yeah.
well.
No, I've got Marco Silva down. Again, probably similar to my Hassan, just lack of options, and thought it was good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I had Potter at left back, but I'd be happy. I think you've kind of agreed with Jack there as well when you said about a bit of flair. Someone like Marcus Silva, someone like even what's he called, Bruno Lage. Yeah, he looks quicker. He might be
45.
like
he
a
might
snail.
be a slug, but he definitely looks good.
Portuguese,
quick.
45. Are we putting him in?
I think so, yeah, I'm happy to keep.
Yeah, we'll pencil him
Marco.
in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically the same person, aren't they? Both Portuguese. One of them manages Wolves. One of them will probably manage Wolves soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
That's a
midfield.
good point
This is where it gets tasty.
The midfield.
We're going for a midfield 3, I assume.
So how many players we got? Let me just drop this down. We got
So we've had 6 players so far, right? We've got 5 at the back and a keeper.
5 to go.
5 to go. We have 3. Yeah, we could have a 3 and a 2 up top, or we could have
A 2 and a 1.
so 2 and a 1. Midfielders. Let's have a look. Do you want to go first, Fred?
With my midfielders, yeah. So it depends how you want to play it, isn't it?
Well, the fact we've got Vieira at centre half, I think
Yeah.
one of my options was Vieira in the middle. So that
as
excludes
a
that.
bit of a pivot.
Yeah.
There
of
is.
CDM.
There's an elephant in the room. I
And
need to ask both you two.
Go on.
When we were younger, the question was always dotted around.
Can they play
Lampard-
together?
Can
Yeah.
Lampard and Gerrard play together? Can they play together as
Yeah.
managers?
Yeah.
Can they play together as players? But can they play together
Nah,
as managers?
El Sacchio, they'll be at each other's throats. I think they could.
This is a topic I wanted to bring up, and I've not got them both playing in midfield. I've got them both playing.
Yeah, I have, but I have probably done what Ericsson would have, like Sven-Göran Eriksson just ignored that and said Gerrard and Lampard, you're in. Like,
I'm going to
you've got
switch. I'm going to give you a quick yes or no question, both each. Better player, Frank or Gerrard?
Gerrard for me. Gerrard.
That's the only metric you're giving me. It's got to be just better. Who I think's better? Because there's
That's
so many.
it, straight up.
Just better footballer.
Yeah.
Oh my, Gerrard.
And who's the better manager?
Oh, that's even harder.
Debatable,
They're both
yeah.
terrible.
They're both having a stinker in a minute.
I would go Gerrard.
I want to say Gerrard. I mean, he's one more.
He's technically one more, but in a
I would rather play for
Shocking.
Gerrard than Lampard. I find Lampard so fucking.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, debatable. That's much closer than their abilities, I think. But so on that, my midfield would have been Lampard, Gerrard, and Vieira. But like I said, Vieira centre half, and that argument we just had, Lampard and Gerrard together, probably now looking at it, is not a good idea. Would you? So, what's your midfield?
So
3.
So my midfield 3 is going to be Gerrard. Lampard's not got in the midfield 3.
Okay.
He's joined there by Arteta.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
of course, he's in mine.
Yeah, sure.
And he's joined there by Gary O'Neill.
I like it. Because
I
I
feel
knew
that he
I
brings
knew
a
was in
bit
there
of
because he's a bit of a dog, isn't he? Just a
And
workhorse.
O'Neill, although he's only a caretaker, he's technically now the youngest manager.
39.
Undertaking, is that even undertaking?
And
Arteta
we
by
need
1 year.
legs.
Yeah,
We need
39
legs
years
in
old.
this team.
He's definitely got a bit in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When did he stop playing? Probably not that long ago.
Yeah. I don't know.
2 years ago, maybe. Not too
Well,
sure.
so I have Arteta in my team, but a little bit further forward. But
Yes.
I'm happy
as
to
a
keep
10?
him as a 10. Yeah.
I've got him in my midfield to split up Frank and
But
Gerrard.
I'm more than happy to go along with that. So definitely Gerrard and Arteta for me.
Are we what are we doing? 3 or 4? Or a 3?
I think we've got 2. Yeah, we've got the 2 sort of wing backs and then 3 in the middle. We can figure that out. But for now, I think Gerrard and Arteta definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerrard and Arteta are the definites, aren't they? And then if we're gonna have a third one in there, we need to
Yeah.
pop him out.
I've got. Yeah. What's his name? Arteta the furthest back with Jampard and Jampard.
Whoa.
Strawberry Gerrard.
Edit that out.
With Jampard above them.
Yeah.
Them 2 above them.
That would be a good player.
But Arteta's split between the 2 of them, so they don't sulk.
Let's
keep
you
them
stand
apart.
right. You stand
Keep them
left.
apart.
All right, that's okay.
But no, we'll go with whatever. So let's put. You want to put Gerrard and Arteta in there then?
Definitely Gerrard and
They're
Arteta.
the definites.
I think the
They're
third,
the definites,
because although I know you're saying you split them up, you've still got Lampard and Gerrard in the middle. So could potentially be a bold decision, but Lampard, by the looks of things, won't be in that middle, so maybe
Yeah,
just
let's
come
do
off
that
the
then.
bench. So keep Lampard out.
So there's the 2-8.
Yeah.
To put Arteta and Gerrard in.
Yeah, and or maybe
Well,
if you have,
no.
yeah.
I mean, my idea
What
was
Freddie's about to
was
say.
Gerrard and O'Neill as more your sort of box to boxes, and we're not going to play with a pivot, but a box to box, and
Yeah.
Arteta is, you give him a bit more of a free role.
Yeah,
You make him almost your number 10.
because I think if you're relying on Gary O'Neill to create stuff, you're in trouble. I think
Yes,
he can
yeah.
run up and down and blocks box to box. He's got the legs, but yeah, I can't. So
So here, O'Neill will do the Højbjerg role.
yeah, player a month for
The Viking.
Yeah. So Gerrard, Arteta, I'm happy to go with Gary O'Neill as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Fantastic. I did not think I'd get Gary Neal through as easy as I just have
No,
there.
good, I like it.
Fantastic. Love it.
So leaves us with 2 forward players.
Does
And I
indeed.
originally had Arteta number 10 and your man Jurgen Klopp centre forward, the big target. I just thought, like, similar to what you thought about him being in goal, but a big German target man. I think we were playing a lot of long balls with this side. But yeah, that was my.
You played
my
long balls with that midfield.
What? Maybe the midfield, but then there's not a lot of legs around that, I don't think.
Mm.
At their ripe old age of 50s and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I originally had the same as you. I had Lampard in the midfield, or either further forward, but Klopp was my striker.
Yeah, I have Klopp forward, but that again, let's look at the options. So
Who we
So
have?
Lampard, we still got Lampard.
I have something different.
We've got Eric Ten Hag,
Yeah.
David Moyes. Did Marcus Silva get in?
Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Silva left.
Eddie Howe,
Eddie
Brendan
Howe.
Rodgers,
Rodgers.
Steve Cooper,
Yeah.
Bruno Lage, and Big Ralph.
And De Zerbi from Brighton, who just
Oh
joined.
yes,
A little Italian.
Roberto Di Zerbi. Yes,
43 years old.
43.
So there's plenty of options. But go on, Freddie. What was your striking options? Like, you'd have something different, I think.
So I didn't have Klopp, did I? Because I put
No.
him in me goal.
Yeah.
Lampard.
Lampard.
I'm happy that you've both gone for that as well. You know, how many goals did he score
Yeah,
as a
ridiculous.
midfielder?
Yeah.
How many goals would he score as a
Chelsea's
striker?
all-time
Yeah.
record goal scorer, isn't he?
Yeah. How many goals would he score as a striker? You know, so
Yeah.
put him up there. And I didn't have Klopp to be the big man for
No.
him. So my big man for Lampard instead, you know, like you said, if we're going to pump some balls up,
Yeah, I
this is
think-
the man that's going to just hold the ball back
Yeah.
into that defender, knock it down for Lampard to go and score. It's your big Scot, isn't it? It's David Moyes.
Oh, you.
If I could fall off my chair, I would.
David Moyes can't play. No way.
David Moyes, you picked the 59 oldest man on the list, up top.
59 years old.
But he's not going to be doing running, you know.
Is he
He's
like Big Dunk?
59.
Big Duncan Ferguson.
59. David Moyes, no.
He's not going to be
No.
doing running. I know he's old. He's going to stand
Did David-
literally
has David
in probably
Moyes-
a 10-metre radius and just knock balls down,
Has
hold
David
balls
Moyes
up.
ever scored a professional goal?
You don't need to. That's not his job.
David Moyes is a golem. Have you seen when he played? He looked even worse
For
than he does
Preston,
now.
wasn't it?
Yeah, he looked awful. Sorry, David Moyes is not in my team.
David Moyes is not in my team.
I thought that might be a tough sell. I think
I think definitely Lampard can play at number 10.
I mean, let's be honest. Now that I know we've got Klopp freed up, I would rather Klopp.
Yeah.
We all agree.
But,
We all agree.
Lampard.
Frank's in.
Lampard definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
10 or as close to
10,
striker,
yeah.
whatever he can.
Unless we play a diamond in midfield.
That could be.
So this might
Who would be a base of the diamond? O'Neill?
the base of my
O'Neill or
diamond would be.
Arteta?
But my diamond would be in an ideal world would be Vieira, Gerrard, O'Neill, Arteta at the top. Of the diamond.
If we're playing the diamond we've got, I'd have Arteta at the base.
Arteta, right? Because O'Neill would have more legs, wouldn't he? Yeah, no,
Just
he
think
wasn't. He's
Arteta's
that sort
better
of
on the
player,
ball than
but-
O'Neill.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking getting the ball.
Yeah,
but
he's a
then,
bit classier. Both foot.
But then Pep could move forward into that position. Maybe Arteta as the 10.
But then we lost at the back then. Because then.
O'Neill at the base. I'd have O'Neill at the base.
'cause
Arteta
then-
at the
yeah,
10.
but Vieira with the ball, Vieira's going to want to get forward. There's a lot of. So you're saying with the ball, Pep goes forward, Vieira moves forward.
Vieira'd have to sit. Vieira's probably our most
No,
defensive.
you can't send them both.
But
One
we
of
can't
them's
just leave
got to
Potter on his own. Potter and the Mad Yank. It can't be.
Just have to put a spell on the opposition.
Yes.
Spelliarmus!
Because you want your fullbacks involved, we'd be all out attack.
Oh, to be fair, we've got two attacking fullbacks.
Yeah,
in,
Conte's not listening to anyone.
Yeah. Conte and Pep just fucking shouting at each other.
Yes. Yeah, Arteta not passing Conte the ball. It's just not.
O'Neill has to sit then. I'd have O'Neill as the 6.
Yeah.
Arteta is 10, and then left and right.
Oh, you
But then Frank. No, we got Frank
Lampard's
as 10.
Yeah,
Lampard's
Arteta
10,
and
sorry,
Gerrard
yeah.
next to each other, and then Lampard in front.
Yeah, I'll put Arteta on the left.
So our options for striker.
So we've thrown the whole team out basically.
No, it's a fluid. That's it. It's a fluid team.
It's a dynamic.
Yeah. So Moyes, I'm just going to cross him out. He's just not involved one bit.
Yeah, I know you're a guest, Fred, and thank you for
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming, and thank you for providing the beers.
Yeah.
We'll get onto that later.
I thought I'd try and get at least
Yeah.
one rogue player in there. You know
I
what
mean, he could manage a side. He might even sneak on a bench, but not starting. No way.
He's teaching Scamacher all that he knows.
So we've got De Zerbi. Don't know enough about him. Ten Hag.
Too old, too
Klopp.
bold.
Frank could be an option. Or no, you would have been goal. Thomas Frank. Eddie Howe. There's a
Yeah,
lot
I'll
of
get onto why my reason Eddie Howe's not being picked.
injury prone. Is he injury prone? Who got Hasenhuttl? Could be a sneaky German.
He wasn't. He's Australian.
Austrian. Sorry, not Turkish. Austrian.
He was my other option if we were to drop Gary O'Neill, and we played Jurgen and Haselhüttl as a two up top, two big men. That was my team I had.
That's not a very dynamic.
No,
That is like
sluggish.
That's pure like Brexit FC
Yeah,
strikers.
yeah.
That is
Two
sluggish.
big men up
Yeah,
there.
Dyson's
But
come back in for that.
I would pick Klopp over Hasenhuttl.
Alright, I've got Klopp down as my pick, so that's my similar to you, just a target. I think he understands the game well. He's probably arguably the second best manager in the league, one of the best managers in the world. He's got obviously incredible football brain. I think he could lead the line.
I know I should be sat here arguing for David Moyes.
No, he
But,
can't be. Not in his
but-
50 he's old.
But in terms of agreeing with you, I mean, Jurgen Klopp somehow is he used to play for Mainz, and he's their record all-time. Was their record all-time top goal scorer when he retired. He only
He just doesn't
scored.
look like
He
a
only
forward.
scored 56 goals. That was their record scorer.
And then we've got goals from midfield. I think Conte pops up with a couple. I don't think we concede him any. Marsh in goal is a joke.
Can Marsh play on crosses?
Yeah, he can do it all.
You said about Klopp's brain as well. He said himself, and it reminded me actually of you the other day when you were talking about what kind of player you are. Klopp said, "I had 4th division feet and a 1st division head."
If anyone knows the conversation, I said I could not be more like Danny Welbeck.
I'm just not stupid.
I run around a lot. I'm not very good at football. I run around. I'll try hard. I sometimes get the odd assist or a goal, but my brain works 1,000 times quicker. I see so many
Your feet.
passes, and like there'll be
You
boys.
physically can't
We
do
play
it.
Monday. There'll be boys shouting, and they always say, "I'm not good enough to make that pass." So they make it. They just play it long. I'm not good enough to do it, so I'm going to do it.
So we'll go Lampard sort of in behind, and then Klopp as the number 9.
Absolutely.
Do you want to go to the bench
If
and
you
all
run
that?
through that, we'll have a quick break.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
And we'll then get onto the subs, the manager,
Yeah.
and the 5 in the bin.
So we've gone for Jesse Marsh in goal, back for 3 of Vieira, Pep and Potter, Marco Silva left wing back, Conte right wing back, a midfield of Gerrard, Arteta, O'Neill, Lampard and Klopp leading the line.
It's a hell of a team, isn't it?
Great side.
The
Great
midfield is just...
Yeah.
Oh.
Just 90% possession. Pass them to death, I think. Absolutely.
Right, well, we'll leave that bit there, and we'll have a quick break, and we're back with the subs, the manager, and the 5 in the bin.
Hello listeners, it's former England and Premier League player Matt Jarvis here. Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Remember to support the podcast by sharing with your friends and family and leaving that 5-star review. Now come on you Irons and stay loyal.
Thank you very much for that, Matt, and welcome back to part 2 of this 10th episode of Talking Loyal, doing our Managers 11. I just want to take a little bit of time here, actually. I wanted to say this at the start, but didn't say it. You two boys absolutely smashing it.
Thank you.
We haven't
Absolutely.
told him to say this all, paid him or nothing though, so
No,
that's
not at all. I didn't want to
appreciate it, mate.
edge it in at the start, but honestly, smashing it. Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, what, 10 episodes? What, 1,000 listeners, 8 episodes, is it?
Yeah.
It's
In a month? Less
Far-
than a month?
far better than what anyone
Yeah.
expected, and like we keep saying, we'd have done this if it was just me, Tate, and you
Yeah.
listening, then
Yeah.
I'd have loved it. So
You're
I
honestly
fucking
smashing
love it.
yeah,
Like,
it's
I
so
don't-
funny.
It's the thing is, I don't. People might not listen to it, and people might not like it, but all it is the conversation I'd have with Jack at the pub
yeah.
Yeah.
that we're just doing here, and other people can listen to it, and
Yeah. And people
hopefully
get
things go
involved
like I
and
want to.
stuff.
It might sound a bit silly, but I want to do something in football. I want to do
Yeah.
maybe I don't know, go on fucking Sky and do
Yeah.
something. It'd be cool.
You see all sorts
Or
of
meet
people,
someone, yeah.
people now are making it and doing all sorts through football through doing podcasts and YouTube and whatever. But
And
for saying that our close friends that are enjoying it, then it's great.
Oh,
and
even
you,
if it's
you said there you're loving it. I've caught the bug this evening.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
I
hope
can see you're sitting there
Yeah,
loving it, and he's so natural.
can only hope I
So
get
comfortable, yeah,
an
it's
invite back to the bunker because it's nice and cozy
Better
in here
answer
as
them
well.
quick fire questions.
But but no, you're smashing it. You should be really proud of yourselves. The boys are all proud of yourselves.
Yeah, it's
And
good. Thank you.
yeah, it's bloody awesome. So
Yeah.
keep on doing it.
No,
You,
thank you very much.
Lager Law is taking over the world.
Yeah, we're to the moon. To the
Taking
moon.
over the world. Who are our competitors? Elon Musk and Madry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll
You
be
know,
fine.
We're smashing it.
Do you want bank transfer or
Yeah,
check?
You accept cash. I've got cash. If you
All from the heart.
Right, so thank you very much, Freddie. And so we've got our first 11. We've got 3 subs.
Yes.
Do you want
And
to
I
go
think
first, Jack?
Yeah, I'll throw a name in the hat. I think our subs are sort
Should
of,
we all throw in one name?
and then see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
With I think the subs might have changed because obviously certain players are in teams and whatnot. But my first sub after naming our 11 will be my nomination is going to be, I reckon, Ten Hag. Ten Hag off the bench. I don't think he's going to be I think he probably plays a deeper role. Might even play at the back. I'm not sure, but I don't think he's going to be a massive impact when we need goals. But when we're 1-0 up, tight game, we need to solidify the team. I think Ten Hag come in and do a job. So yeah, Eric Ten
I would
Hag.
agree. I've also got Ten Hag on my bench.
Okay, nice.
For that same reason, like you said, solidify the defence.
Yeah.
Older than we thought, so old experience head.
Yeah.
Used to be a defender as well.
Yeah.
So even if you wanted to free up Vieira or Pep, you could put him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he takes no nonsense. I have him in there. My others, I've got 2 other subs. I'll go if I just pick one of them. Was Big Ralph.
Hassel.
Big Ralph Hassel. I think
Really?
he's Klopp's deputy.
he
Obviously not
wants-
as good, but I don't know.
he wants to be
I don't know.
Klopp.
But I think
The Austrian Klopp.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Austrian.
When you
Klopp.
buy Klopp on Wish.
yeah, he's the wish.com. He's the Primark Klopp.
Yeah.
He's I'll put him in there. I think he can do the same things as Klopp, just not as good
Okay, yeah.
in terms of just everyday life as
Everything,
well.
Yeah,
Just
and his actual job, I think,
Yeah.
he tries to be Klopp, but he's not quite as good. I don't mind, like that's a pencil him in. Big Ralph.
And he used to be a striker, so he's another striker to have on the bench.
Yeah.
And Fred,
We're light on strikers as well, so it'd be handy. Yeah. I mean, my bench, coming into this, 2 of them are in the starting 11 now.
Yeah.
That was Marco Silva
Upgraded, yeah.
and Jesse Marchand, goalkeeper.
He's class.
With his hand-eye coordination. But no, I'd
He
agree.
might play with a basketball mitt on and a baseball mitt and a basketball shooting sleeve, so we'll see.
But the other one that I had in there, and I'm going to say it now because I want to hear what Tate's got to say about him. It was Eddie Howe.
Ooh.
But before we get to that, I'd agree with Ten Hag 100%. And maybe not Ralph in mine. I get
clip that. I agree with Ten Hag 100%. Quality.
But yeah, what's your beef with Eddie Howe then, Tate?
no, there's no beef.
Mr. Bournemouth.
I've just moved Eddie Howe into, without skipping forward a section, he's my manager.
Okay.
He had a career-ending injury at Bournemouth, and I'm not sure he's quite got the legs to play on my team or be on the bench. That's why I put him as gaffer. But the other, I did have originally Jesse Marsh as bench because being American,
Energy.
I
He's got
assumed
big
he did
energy.
cheerleading at college.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He did it all. He's there for everything.
I can imagine him just going, defense.
Here we go, managers. Here we go. Here we go, managers. Here we go.
Give me an L, give me an O, give me a Y-A-L, loyal!
Yeah, he's got it
I
all.
wanted him running down the touchline,
He's got
being
it all.
cheered with pom-poms on the bench.
No, I do like that argument, but he's got to be in goal.
Yeah, I haven't taken the goal. That's who I had. That's why.
Right, yeah.
No, I had Marsh on my bench as well before I realised the revelation that he could be a hell of a keeper.
He's a quality. I've heard good things.
That's why I had him. I had what's his name, Eddie Howe, as my gaffer.
Yeah, no,
That's why I didn't have him on the bench.
Yeah. Well, we've got a few options for our sort of. So we're going to go with
So-
Ten Hag and
Ten
Ralph,
Hag-
definite.
Ten Hag-
100%.
Yeah.
Ten Hag
definitely.
in, and with. You happy with Ralph?
I don't mind him.
Um,
Up for debate
Who
though. I
else did
don't.
you have on the bench? Sorry.
So, well, in our little break here, because I had to change my bench, I saw Ten Hag and Bruno Lage.
I was going to mention Bruno Lage because what you said earlier, I thought he
looks like he's got legs.
Yeah, he's a bit of a stylish
He used to be a
player.
winger, and he's.
Is he left-footed?
We haven't got a winger.
No. I hope he's left-footed.
I don't know if he's got a if he's got a left foot or a right foot. For those who can't hear, I'm not editing that out because we spent hours editing out Jack's fart the other week.
Never, I don't do that thing.
But I don't think they would have heard that anyway. We stay professional in this podcast. I don't know if he's left, but he's a winger, and we don't have a winger.
No.
Yeah.
I like Bruno. I was going to say Bruno Lage. I think he's maybe a tricky little winger, just a little bit style. Maybe not an up and down like a Conte, but got a bit of skill. Maybe he can deliver a nice cross. Might be good on set pieces.
Yeah.
A bit like a Pedro Neto.
Yeah, definitely a Pedro Neto.
So yeah, my argument was Ten Hag, Bruno Lage, and then going to be Eddie Howe. But if you put Ralph in there, that gives you a defender, a winger, and a striker.
I quite like him, I think Bruno Lage is the impact.
Yeah, I'm happy to concede with
wild
Ralph.
card.
Yeah, he's a bit rogue and a big Ralph target if you need to change up or
pan Stoke away
or play two strikers. You've got Klopp and Ralph there. That could be outrageous combo. So
chasing a game, O'Neill off.
Yeah, get Gary off. Get the big Austrian German tag team up front.
And they're both 55 years old. So are we gonna?
I reckon lock those in.
Lock them in. That's what I'm looking for.
Ralph, Bruno Lage.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
I like it.
That's literally the three I've circled here.
Yeah. Managers are a different one though, because for me the best managers are playing. So Pep, Conte, Klopp.
It is a very different. We've
got
a team full of managers.
We have to pick from. So let's have this up. We've got
let's
got Thomas Frank, Brendan Rodgers, David Moyes, Steve Cooper, Eddie Howe, and Roberto. De Zerbi.
I think De Zerbi can be
ruled out.
Yeah, ruled out. He's just joined.
No one knows.
Yeah, exactly. Could be a brilliant manager. Could be awful. Don't know enough.
He used
about
to manage Shakhtar.
Yeah. Did you say he left in July? Didn't he?
He left in July after the war in Ukraine because I think they cancelled the league or something like that.
Right.
Well, they're still playing though.
I don't know if they cancelled when they first came.
They're playing in Poland, aren't they, I think.
I know he left. I think he left to pursue other opportunities in Europe.
Yeah.
And he did manage in Italy. I did my notes from last week, but he did manage in Italy. So out of them, who have you got down as your managers, boys?
Manager, I left it open really for this moment. I just thought I've got my team and stuff, but that things could change.
See what we have left.
So yeah, just thought in the moment I'd pick, and I thought about cheating the system and going with a player manager sort of Pep. I thought Pep would be our player manager, but I think that's a wrong choice. So yeah, the manager's open for debate. Freddie, have you got anyone?
So I kind of did the same thing, but I did pencil in two names because I didn't think they'd get anywhere near the team. And look at this, they haven't.
And you thought David Moyes did?
Yeah, I'd like to know because if David Moyes did, bloody hell, you're
David Moyes is now my director of football.
Talent ID, David Moyes.
My two managers I put down, before this evening were between degree in PE, Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
I thought he's never actually played past an amateur level, so
he studied the game.
He's a manager.
Yeah.
He is a manager. He's not someone who's been a player and become a manager. Although pretty much all the world's greatest managers do that.
Yeah.
He hasn't done that. But
student of the game, as I may say.
But it got me thinking though. Actually, how many other quite notable managers do you reckon you could name that haven't played football at a top level?
Yeah.
Just played.
But even I know
football.
Klopp. Even Klopp really playing.
Top of my head, I think it was AVB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
it's in terms of actual, even the lower leagues, they played at some sort of level. And
Like
the amount of football managers, to sort of Fred's question, 100%. The numbers are ridiculous.
Do you want me to tell you a couple
Go on.
of notable ones? Roy Hodgson.
Roy boy.
Yeah, didn't play above.
But that one never left.
Roy Hodgson.
That never made it to the pro leagues.
Didn't play above an amateur level,
Ah.
or at least in a sort of a conference that type of level. I never played in like the football league.
Yeah.
Avram Grant.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
Which
football,
is
does it?
obvious. Yeah.
How he got his pro license anyway is beyond me.
Yeah.
You're right, say AVB. Maurizio Sarri.
Interesting.
Doesn't surprise me about fags he smokes.
Yeah, he smokes 10 a day since back.
Julian Nagelsmann as well.
Yeah,
Very-
he's about 12 years old, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's so young. He's like
very
early
young.
30s, so.
Sarri used to be a PE teacher, didn't he?
I don't know. I didn't look into him.
Yeah,
that
he used
much.
to be a PE teacher. I
Did he?
think back in Italy. He didn't. No, and a bank manager as well. I think
I have heard that one actually. I think
it was a
yeah.
bank manager, and he didn't turn pro until I don't know, like 45.
Yeah.
Like Napoli, I think was one of his first jobs, and then
Yeah.
Chelsea, and then Juve, and then wherever he is now.
But coming full circle, another one of them who didn't play a very high level at all, Brendan Rodgers, who would be my other argument for who our gaffer's going to be for our gaffers.
Because he worked all the way
Our
through
gaffer's
the
11.
systems, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
He
at
started
Chelsea
in
when he
youth.
started with Mourinho, didn't
Yeah, and
So-
he started all the
So
way
for
from
me,
the
it's
bottom.
between old Brendan Rodgers or Thomas Frank, I think. Yeah.
I like both those shouts. To be fair, I would maybe mention Tate. Will probably talk about him, but Eddie Howe. So Tate, if you want to go for Eddie Howe.
I've gone Eddie Howe just 'cause I think he's done a good job so far at Newcastle. Obviously, there are good managers out there in David Moyes, Eddie Howe, Brendan Rodgers, Thomas Frank, who I think would be the shortlist. I'm gonna write out obviously Roberto De Zerbi, not taking Steve Cooper.
No, sorry, Steve.
So
Quite young as well. 42. He's been disregarded.
We've put ages next to these managers. Steve Cooper's 42.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Is this the first time we've actually mentioned Steve Cooper all night? I think
Yeah,
it is,
because
isn't it?
for good reason though.
Just-
It's just
yeah.
He's 2 years older than Mikel Arteta.
My
What?
He doesn't look it.
my homework on Steve Cooper, I had a little look. I can't remember his name, but one of his managers when he was playing at the age of about 25 told him to stop being a player and go and become a
yeah.
manager.
So that tells you a lot about him. But again, he's only managed a select few teams. I think he was at England Youth and moved on, and now he's at Forest and obviously doing a brilliant job. So.
Have any of these managers who we've got left got experience in managing big personalities, big egos, big winners?
I suppose Rodgers
is
is
the closest.
more than Frank.
Moyes is still there, but
Moyes we've still got to mention as well. I mean, I would say the shortlist obviously we've got Frank, Rodgers, Moyes, and Howe to be the
Moyes
manager.
would get us into Europe definitely.
Um,
He'd get us into Europe. So,
What sort of players did Rodgers manage when he was at Liverpool? What sort of big names did he have?
He had a
there?
young
Suarez,
Sterling, didn't he?
Hmm.
Had a very young Raheem Sterling.
Sturridge,
Gerrard would have been there.
Gerrard, Carragher, Skirtle.
Ali Sissoko at left back.
Skirtle.
What's his name? Sacco, is it? It was the one who passed the
Oh
ball
yeah,
to
no,
Gerrard.
it was Sacco.
Was it Sacco?
Mamadou Sacco,
Oh, yeah.
the centre back. Yeah.
Glenn Johnson, but also no, it wasn't him who signed them all for players. That was Roy Hodgson, wasn't it?
This is a tough pick.
It is quite a difficult one because, like I said, the best managers on paper are obviously in the team, and it's not about. We didn't leave the manager as the best manager. That's not what it's there for. So
I've put Eddie Howe just because he had the career injury. I think he's got great man management skills. This is a question for you two.
Go on.
Conte gets sacked tomorrow.
Yes.
Howe, Moyes, Rodgers, Frank.
He's
Who
not
do you
getting,
want?
he's not
Who
getting
do we want?
sacked.
Yeah, for Spurs.
He's not getting sacked
Or Leeds tomorrow.
in 100 years.
He leaves. Who are you
Yeah,
taking? That's a good way to put it,
Hang
isn't it? That's
So-
a good.
Theoretically speaking. So sorry, you said Howe,
Moyes,
Never.
Rodgers, or Frank for Spurs tomorrow morning. Conte's gone.
Eddie Howe or Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers, I'd say Eddie
Over
Howe
them.
or Frank.
Oh no.
Well, it would be Eddie Howe. Would be my
Eddie
my
Howe.
pick.
I think Eddie Howe.
Over
That's
Spurs.
the reason I've put him because
Yeah.
I
True.
think he's quite a good manager. Well, I quite like him. I wouldn't want him at Arsenal, but if he had to be out of them four,
Yeah, definitely.
it's between him and Rodgers, and I'd pick Howe.
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily tells us much about who we'd want to manage.
Yeah.
Our managers 11.
No, but
but I like the question
I
you've
reckon-
asked to
yeah,
try
but
and
I think as well. When
That's
they-
how I made my logic up out of them four.
To be
because
fair,
I think we could probably sit all night and probably not agree on this.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's been one of the hardest decisions of the night.
We're still talking
And then
about
not
it.
even get on the pitch.
But I would say that I reckon Eddie Howe is liked. I reckon he's liked within the
Yeah.
group, within the manager group. So
I think we can agree as well. Big things to come for him as well
Yeah.
as a manager.
yeah, definitely.
Like,
And if he's going to take on another team, he might as well take on the responsibility of
yeah,
Premier League
the
manager.
best team the world's ever seen.
I reckon I like Eddie Howe. I mean, I maybe his little sister might be Thomas Frank, but yeah, Eddie Howe for me, I think is good choice.
Were you going to lock
Yeah.
it in?
I'm happy with that. Yeah,
Are we happy?
I think
good with that.
your question there is an interesting one, Tate. Well done.
So if we quickly run through that, so we've got Marsh in goal, the big yank, Vieira, Pep, Potter, Marco Silva, Conte on the right. What's the midfield? Is it Gerrard, Arteta, O'Neill? But how are they setting up? What's the base? Is it a diamond? Are we going for the diamond?
It's going to be very fluid, isn't it? But I'd say on the team sheet you got Gerrard and O'Neill almost as a 2
Yeah.
and Arteta in
Arteta
front.
in front.
I think.
Lampard
and Klopp.
slightly ahead,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Lampard and Klopp up front with Eddie Howe in charge. Coming off the bench, you've got Ten Hag, Big Ralph, and Bruno Lage. That's a tasty.
And as you said
team.
in Barca, we've got Ten Hag there to free up Josep.
Exactly.
You can push on forward.
And that team, like we said, is fluid. That can change to a back four. We can bring in an extra striker. There's all sorts happening.
There's
Vieira can move
versatility.
into midfield. Or
Set-
Pep can
I
move
think
into
set
midfield.
pieces were a joke. You've got
Who
Gerrard.
takes them? Gerrard, surely.
Surely Pep's got a
I mean,
lovely little pig on
there's
it.
a lot of argument for loads of people there to take
Yeah.
it. Lampard, Gerrard.
Although I'd have Gerrard on the edge of the box thinking about it now.
Oh, a little
Yeah.
screamer.
The only one we know who's got a left foot, if you want a left-footed one, is Potter.
In swingers from the left.
So
Potter,
he's gonna have to
takes
take a
all
couple.
corners from the right hand side, in swingers.
Yeah.
Short corners from the other side.
Talking of...
To be fair though,
Who's
sorry,
on pens?
Freddie, but
But-
Potter did take set pieces as a player.
he?
So yeah, if you watch his highlight
There we
reel,
go.
he's got some bangers.
I've just thought Potter instantly just got, in my brain just gone Leighton Baines.
Yeah, he's like you said earlier, he's such a Ben Davis, Leighton Baines, 6, 7 out of 10. Never 8 or 9, but never 4 or
Yeah.
5. He's just
Yeah.
solid.
Potter's, like you said, screams Ben Davis,
Oh.
Monreal, Azpilicueta.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Right,
So, yeah.
one more question to ask you, boys.
Go on.
Captain.
Yeah, I was just thinking this.
Yes.
Who is putting the armband on? Who
I
is
think
going to be
like
Eddie
Freddie
Howe's
said-
right-hand man?
Like Freddie said earlier, obviously it's in a manager's team, so they're all leaders. They're all probably fancy themselves captains. But I would probably depends what sort of captain you want. I think Pep's would be the man, but he's different. I think he sets an example, whereas a Vieira or even maybe a Conte as captain, they're barking orders, they're screaming, they're grabbing people, they're on the pitch in people's faces. But I like Pep as captain.
I reckon I could bet everything I have to say I know who Tate's going to have as his captain.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
No. Can you name me the one player on that team who won the Premier League as a captain?
Arteta.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh no, that's the way you're sitting. I thought.
It'd be Vieira.
PB4.
Okay, yeah.
Won the
Actually,
what?
I've got the magazine behind me. One sec.
Won the Premier League as captain, and Jack did show me the programme, which I'm looking at right now. Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, Sunday the 25th of April 2004.
Let's just go through the teams on the back quick. Just quickly.
So quick side note, I've got the Invincibles. Is there any other team on the Premier League invincible? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. I'll take that stance as enough.
Yeah, nothing from.
Lehmann, Cole, Vieira, Keown, Pires, Lundberg, Reyes, God rest your soul. Bergkamp, Wiltord, Loran, Henry, Parla, Edu, Gilberto,
Parler's
Pulici,
still playing.
Campbell, Carnu, Torre, and then you got onto the youngsters. You got your David Bentley's, Justin Hoyt, Cesc Fabregas, or Francesc Fabregas as he was known.
and he was what 57, wasn't he?
57,
Number
yeah.
57.
No, but I would have Vieira as my captain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could have bet my house on that, I reckon.
Freddie.
Honourable mentions, obviously got Gerrard, all-time
Yeah.
Liverpool legend, obviously Lampard as well,
Yeah.
but
Klopp's definitely a bit of a leader in there.
Klopp definitely. I just think Vieira, centre back,
Yeah.
won the Premier League as a manager, as a player. Sorry.
Yeah.
How many of their managers have won the Premier League in there? This is gonna.
Conte, Pep. As a manager, Klopp.
And Klopp, yeah.
Yeah, so 3
Three of them, yeah.
3 different nationalities for the question as well.
I was going to put an argument
Okay.
forward. You know, you've sat there and given your Vieira spiel, so I'd put an argument forward for Conte to be the captain.
Yeah.
You know, he captained Juventus for a good 5-6 years for a very successful period. One of their most decorated players.
Managed Italy as well.
Did
Won
indeed.
plenty in Italy.
Yeah.
But
Won plenty in London with Chelsea.
but it's a tough bit. It's a team full of leaders. Gerrard, Lampard, any of them could wear the armband. Even Arteta could wear the armband, couldn't he?
Yeah. I like the Vieira though. Like you said, won it as a captain, as a
It's
player.
one of them three. It's Vieira, Pep or Conte.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I just think as we're playing them as players,
Yeah.
the only one. Did Gerrard ever win the Premier League?
Any Liverpool, just leave it in the comments. Just yes or no, that's all we need.
I tell you what, Tate, we'll be nice. We'll let you have Vieira now as the captain if on the 1st of October you be nice and let Spurs win, yeah?
I'll try to.
Nice one.
Can't.
So there we go. That's it. We got our team. Captain by Vieira.
Captain Vieira, and let's just shout out the 5 bins. I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Thomas
it was
Frank,
two of them definitely. Rodgers for me and Moyes, not a chance. Nowhere near.
Frank and Rodgers didn't play. I know I had Frank as a goalkeeper. I just thought put the worst player in there. But Frank and Rodgers didn't play, so I think they were quite easy ones. Moyes, you're too old, mate.
Yeah.
Although Freddy wanted him as the number 9.
Yeah, that is.
In the words of Tell, what is wrong with that?
Yeah.
What is wrong with it?
Wrong with it?
Steve Cooper, although you're only 42, mate, you look 62. Out.
Out.
And Roberto Di Zerbi, you might be the one that got away. We all have one of them, the one that got away. You might be our one, but we don't know. You've only been managing in the Premier League for 6 days, 5 days. We don't know
enough.
We don't know about you. Sorry, Roberto. And yeah, I think that brings a nice end to the segment.
Yeah, we'll have a little break, come back and chat some more.
Yeah, and we'll catch you after this quick break.
All I want is a piece of shit motor to get me from A to B.
Well, come down to Tell's Bangers, where we sell all type of shit heat motors at affordable prices. Oh, guess what? We've got everything. Fake number plates? What's wrong with that? Built-in ashtrays? What's wrong with that? No seat belts? What is wrong with that? Why not listen to some feedback from our amazing customers?
From where I'm from, I have to steal a car, but with Tell's Bangers, it's stolen for you. I had no cash on me, but at Tell's Bangers, they take any sort of payment, and I mean any.
So, next time you're down East Ham, pop down and check out our amazing collection of PS4 cars at Tell's Bangers.
Welcome back to the final part of episode 10. Before we get on to a quick segment on the answer of the teaser and a quick thing I want to bring up between the group, I just want to thank Freddy for bringing the Asahi tonight.
Yeah, very nice
as the
choice.
Guest. Very nice Japanese lager, 5.2%, dry,
Super dry.
and lovely.
Lovely drop.
I would give you 5 stars out of 5. But the first one's turned up warm, so I'll give you a 4.
That's I think we have to be quite harsh.
I have to be harsh.
I do love Asahi as well. I'll go solid 4. A very close 4 to 5.
It's a respectable score. Yeah. The first one was warm.
Yeah.
I thought I'd go for a bit of a. I've got one of my rogue shouts through tonight. I've not got Moyes through, but I've got the Asahi through. I've got that rogue shout through. I thought I'd go for something a bit different. Don't see it everywhere. I think this is going to be the next like Madrid. You know what I mean? The next one to take over.
But it's been there for a while, though, isn't it?
We've obviously been around for ages, but you don't often see it on draft.
The
next one in the pubs is what I mean.
Yeah. When you start seeing the pubs, it's done well. But that's at a minute here. We don't really get it on the pump.
Don't think there's ever been a Japanese manager. Has there been an Asian Premier League manager?
No,
don't think so.
I don't think
so.
No.
That's just a rogue way.
There's a few chairmen, a few owners, obviously a lot of players, but no.
Moving from rogue questions to rogue opinions.
Here we go.
Lovely little segue.
I had a very busy day at work today. I hadn't been on my phone all day. I got my phone, checked the old Twitter, and I had two inboxes on Twitter. Normally I always have one. It's me and Jack going back and forth sending stuff. But Jack's brother popped up, and I thought, oh, what does he want? I had a little look, and he just sent me a screenshot of September's Player of the Month.
Nominations.
As you may know, Jack has completely roasted Pierre Højbjerg. Is it Emil Højbjerg? For the last few pods, even though he's Spurs' third top goal scorer this season. Probably their most creative player. If he got a couple of assists in there. Tough tackling.
You can't even have a straight face. Tough tackling.
And what better accolade can you be nominated for than the Player of the Month? And you think he's trash?
Yeah, he is.
He's nominated alongside his peers like
Nuno,
Kevin De Bruyne, Philip Billing,
Erling Haaland.
Nuno Espirito Santo won Manager of the Month in August, so that's all you need to know. True. And also Højbjerg, for example, West Ham away, he made 0 tackles.
Was that in August though?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the month. I'm just
he's been sensational.
I'm talking about in general. Højbjerg as a player against West Ham, he didn't make 1 tackle, not even a foul. Didn't even kick someone up in the air. Declan Rice and Souček both made 4. So Højbjerg, hopefully you listen. That's probably why you're playing well.
What's that stat about Maldini who never made any tackles? Just read the game. Made interceptions.
I was going to say it'd be interesting how many interceptions he makes.
Just reads the game well.
Because
look at the stats, but just him versus Bentancur, for example.
Because I don't entirely get your beef as a Spurs fan as well. Interesting, because I do like him.
No, we just
Does your
can't.
brother like
I mean,
him?
there's
Does he
no
take
way
him
that
bits?
he's like.
No,
takes-
Harry doesn't hate him.
Does he
but-
share your outlandish views?
No, there's a lot of Tottenham fans that dislike him. But we just can't accept Højbjerg. Like, you think of players we've had in the past, even Wanyama, Moussa Dembele. I mean, I dislike.
I
Ericsson,
think he's,
but even
he's
Ericsson,
better than Wanyama.
No,
He's better than Wanyama.
I know.
Wanyama first 2 years was good.
I'm just glad. I'm glad Højbjerg's playing well and great. He's nominated for Player of the Month, but I'm just not having him. Sorry,
You're not going to apologise to him.
no chance. No,
Not yet.
no.
Not
When
on
he's
the
in the
pod.
bunker, I'll apologise. Because his quads
What
are
about
massive.
what
I
about
do
if he scores the
apologise
winner next week?
Then my top will be off, and I'll be front row giving it.
Well, you
Viking.
get all right. Let's make a bet. If in your lifetime Spurs have only ever beat Arsenal once at Arsenal in the league. If Højbjerg scores the winner, I want you turning up here with Højbjerg 5 on the back. Buy the brand new shirt and get Højbjerg 5.
Done.
Done?
What's
I'm
shake
shaking.
on it.
Yeah, there is a shake.
Are we gonna have like a? If something else happens, what have you got to do?
If Cedric scores the winner, I'll get Cedric 17 on my back.
No, it's done. Yeah, if Højbjerg
No.
scores a winner, I'll be on Sky Sports News on the pitch.
And if Eddie scores the winner, I'll be here in full kit.
Yeah. No, hopefully, yes, your opinions can change, and Højbjerg might be a brilliant player, but I'm just not having him. He's stiff as a board. Not having him.
Perfect. Right, so no apology. No,
Not yet.
not yet.
If he
Right.
scores the winner against
Please
Arsenal,
score the winner.
Yeah, please. Hopefully,
Please.
do
Well,
something.
hopefully not. No,
That means you
hopefully
won the
not.
game.
No, hopefully
So
not,
yes,
no.
please.
Get that
score.
shirt an extra large as well, Jack. I'll
Yeah,
take
I'll-
it off you, mate. All right.
I'll have the away kit. I'll have the home kit. I'll have the.
To be
I'll
fair,
have,
that third kit.
I'll have Denmark's home kit. I don't
That
give a
third
fuck.
kit.
Hopefully not. Right. Switching gears. Let's revert back to the front of the show, top of the show, shall I say, and go back to the teaser. The boys have been discussing it off air here and there, but I want to hear their answers. So, 11 managers have won the Premier League, but can you name the nationalities? If you don't want to hear any spoilers, then please pause and answer it yourself and then come back. So, 11 managers won the Premier League, but can you name the 7 nationalities?
Freddie, do you wanna? We'll obviously doing it together. So Freddie, do you wanna?
Yeah,
And before you start, I'd say answer your 7 if you can, and then I'll do a bonus question if you can name the managers.
Okay. Would I mean the? Do you want me to name the managers as we go through, or just straight up
Can
say
do
the
if you want to.
nationalities?
Whatever. I'd say.
I mean,
we'll
the
do back and forth. So
yeah.
go for one.
The
nationality.
first one on my list, I don't know why the first one came to my head was with the Scottish man that surely everyone knows who I'm talking about.
Ferguson, the GOAT.
Yeah, straight. He was the first nationality on my list. Don't know why.
Yeah. Mine was. I went for the Italians that have done it. Italy,
Yep.
for example. First one, Conte comes to my brain.
Do you know with Spurs?
No comment. Not yet. He hasn't done it yet.
I've not got a time machine yet, Tate.
Yeah.
So when I've got that, I'll let you know. The next on my list, Jack. In the break there, we were talking. This is the one that Jack struggled with, but for some reason, the second one I thought of was a Portuguese man
Yeah.
who also managed Spurs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Also won nothing with Tottenham.
Yeah.
Are we going Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
French, Mr. Wenger.
Yeah.
The only man to win it unbeaten.
No comment.
Oh, until
Moving
Conte
on
wins it.
swiftly.
Until Conte Pep wins it this season.
Next, I had a German. I had Klopp, and
Yep.
I'm going to guess that there aren't any others.
Not off the top of my head.
Um,
I'll go with Spanish.
Yep.
Pep.
that was the one that I struggled with, which is ridiculous
Yeah.
because he's won.
He's done it every year, forever.
Yeah, since the
But,
90s.
yeah, Freddie, go the. I think this is the rogue one that people
Yeah,
might
the-
struggle with.
The one that I was. Well, Jack got him. You got his name, and then you couldn't remember where he's from. You said he was Argentinian. So, Mr. Pellegrini, currently of my favourite Spanish team, Viva la Betis, Los Verde Blancos.
Why on Betis? Is there anyone you want to shout out from Betis? Or
I'd definitely give a shout out to Sergio Canales.
Yeah.
What a player!
What a player he is.
What a player!
FIFA
Nabil
God.
Fekir.
Yeah. FIFA joke.
Can't sit here and not talk about
Yeah.
Nabil Fekir. I mean, I'd like it if Bellerin did come back to the club that he truly loves. But yeah, Pellegrini from Chile. Last year won a Copa del Rey as well.
I think that's all
So
7, isn't it?
You've got all 7 countries. Well done, boys. And you've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 managers. You're missing 4.
Out of the
11.
Okay.
So Italian Conte, Ranieri.
Yep.
That's one more. German Klopp, Spanish Pep, Scottish Ferguson, French Wenger, Portuguese Jose, Chilean Pellegrini.
It's got to be more Italians and more.
Do you want me to give you a clue?
And more French, right?
Do we give you a clue?
Go for it.
Yeah.
You're missing a Scot.
What? That's the one I would have said that we were not missing.
Who's the Blackman's manager?
Yeah.
Dalglish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well
Good
done.
knowledge.
Yeah, very
Good
well
to
done.
know.
This is why we made the
And
pod.
you're also missing Italian.
Italian. I bet it's obvious.
So who have you said? We said Conte and you said.
Conte, I see it. Italian and Ranieri.
1, 2, 3. I haven't actually got the answers written down, so
Yeah, I've got it. Ancelotti.
Yeah. I'm making these answers up as I go
Yeah.
because I'm trying to pick my brains quickly.
So wait.
1, 2,
3
3.
Italians.
You've got. Can you count them on your fingers?
3 Italians.
Fergie, Jose, Klopp, Conte, Arsene, Pep, Ranieri, Dalglish, Pellegrini, Ancelotti.
Missing one.
Right, let's try and figure that out between us. I think I know who it is.
You said
Italians. You've gone Conte,
Ancelotti.
Ranieri,
Angelo.
Ancelotti.
Germans, Klopp.
I think it could be another Italian. I've got it. Got it.
Is it Italian?
Yeah.
When I looked down that list, I think it would,
Yeah.
if it was an Italian, yeah.
Yeah, it's an Italian.
Oh, Mancini.
Yeah.
Well done.
Come
Well,
on.
even I panicked and I was like, oh
Well
shit.
done.
That's it.
Yeah,
I asked the question
Mancini.
and the answer.
It's
Yes,
a very
yes.
select few, isn't it? How many seasons we had? What, 20? Was it 30 this year? Wasn't it? Yeah.
30 years.
Only 11 blokes, and not one of them English.
Mm.
Only one of them from the British Isles in total.
Yeah, 2.
Well, and the closest one was.
And
No, he's not English.
What,
Well,
two?
who's the closest English manager to winning it once? I'm just like Rodgers is Northern Ireland, isn't he? He was the closest I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not English. But
I mean, there's probably people going mental. There's probably a few, but
Kevin Keegan probably back in the day.
Mm.
Trying to think. God knows.
Bobby Robson get anywhere near it?
I don't think so.
Probably didn't.
Keegan at Newcastle is probably I'm thinking second.
yeah, I wouldn't know. Eddie Howe might be the first.
He could be.
Give it a few years, Eddie Howe.
Could be. I do think he'll be sacked probably next season, or even this season if they don't get Europe. But
Yeah, that's probably the first question as well. I know Freddy's here tonight and helped massively, but we've actually.
I'll do a
right.
manage a little teaser.
That was good. I like it. It's
Good
an
question.
achievable question.
Yeah, it was probably. I thought it was probably my easiest out there.
Yeah.
I think that brings a wrap to a very nice
Little.
podcast. I want to say thank you very much, Freddie, for joining us.
Yeah,
I hope
appreciate
you feel
you
welcome.
coming.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. Can't wait to be back already. Honestly, absolutely loved it. What a better way to spend your Thursday
It's
evening.
good, isn't it? It's very
What
good.
better way to spend your
What else
Thursday
should we do?
night.
Nothing. You mean
Exactly.
do nothing. So.
Exactly.
Watching Europa League.
Yeah. I'm glad you come.
I didn't know teams play on Thursday nights. Did I? Didn't know that.
West Ham, you play on Thursday.
Couldn't resist. We've got an hour and
in.
20 of our West Ham comment.
comment.
God's sake. And just want to say, continue sharing, subscribing, and if you can, leave your 5 stars on Spotify. And if you haven't done it on Apple Music, please leave it on there as well, because all the 5 stars and the ratings, and leave a review, they all help us. We're obviously blown away for all the listeners, but if you can leave 5 stars or reviews, that would be even more buzzing with stuff like that, because it all boosts the podcast up in the rankings and gets us more known out there. And share it online, share it on Instagram, share it on Twitter. Or you see us favourite, give it a like, or hopefully having a guest on, you can promote it around Cheltenham and Cheltenham. Words. Where'd you go to uni as well?
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Get around Lincoln with old Andy.
I'm sure Andy's already spread it around
Andy
there.
Boyden.
Amongst a few other things he's been spreading around there.
But cheers, Freddie. Obviously, enjoyed that tonight.
Yeah.
As always, thanks, Tate. But like Tate keeps saying, keep sharing it, keep passing it on, and as always, stay loyal.
Yeah,
Stay
we'll let Freddie
loyal.
close this one out. You want to end on a big stay loyal?
Never ever forget to stay loyal, lads.